So I would define it as not having your beliefs too calcified, which means like hardened to the point that they're not flexible. Because to be able to change or improve, you have to have your beliefs have to be soft enough, flexible enough that you are willing to try different things. You're willing to try new things. So, one guy might think that, oh, well, social momentum, that's not something that applies to me.
Yeah.
I'm an introvert, so I can't get social momentum, so that doesn't matter. Or, I'm an introvert, so I can't be fun. I have to take myself seriously. Or, because I'm a short guy, I can't go direct, so don't tell me to do direct approach. It's like, try them, try what I say, try the things I suggest. Try it, give it, like, treat it like an experiment. Like you're a scientist doing an experiment, and you try it not just once, you try it multiple times, try different things, and see the patterns and see what's working, see what's not working, be open-minded, and that's how you change. That's how you make a breakthrough. That's how you find that parting of the clouds. You have to look in a bunch of different places, and eventually you find something that works and helps you make a breakthrough. And that applies to watching YouTube videos as well. It's more difficult because you have less leverage when you're just watching a video to actually try what you hear.
Yeah.
But you have all these different coaches with different systems and strategies, and there's good ones and there's bad ones, and you'd be like, well, I don't want to try it because maybe it doesn't work. Try it.
Yeah.
Try it for a night. If some guy says direct works better, give it a shot and do like a whole night, approach 20, 30, 40 women going super direct and see what happens. Try different things. Try going indirect and see what happens, and then analyze why it worked or why it didn't work, because maybe it was something about the way you went about it. So you got to be very inquisitive, open-minded, curious, like you have the mind of a child, which sounds bad, but that's what they call it in Buddhism. It's like a childlike mind, which means you don't have any preconceived notions that are blocking you off. And that's what clients who are the hardest to coach are the ones that have preconceived notions. It's like they belong to some cult of belief. Like maybe they're really strong in their red pill beliefs, or really strong in their look smacks beliefs. They believe you have to look smacks.
Try it out, yeah.
Try different things. Don't you don't know anything 100% certain, especially when it comes to something psychology-based, something like game. There's a million factors. There's your height, there's the way you talk, your eye contact, your voice, the social setting, what friend she's with, what mood she's in, what friends you're with. Are you with girls? Are you by yourself? Are you fun? Are you serious? What words you say? I can make that list goes on and on and on and on and on. Her personality type, etc., etc., etc. You don't know, oh, it's 100% this one factor. It's all about Now, there's a million factors, and to find out how much each one different weighs, like what weight is to each one, change each of the different factors, try different things when it comes to your nonverbal communication, try different styles of game, try using, say, social proof, try using peacocking, try using all these different things, and see how much of an influence the different factors have. Now, we have a better idea of what is more important because we've seen with different clients, which gives us an unbiased, a less biased perspective. You see which clients do well, which clients do poorly. And at first I thought maybe the looks would matter a lot. I didn't think they'd be the only factor, but I thought maybe the good looking clients they're going to crush it in the knock. But that is not what I've observed, surprisingly enough. And I wasn't necessarily expecting this, but the ones that are just chill, the ones that are relaxed, they tend to do really well. And the ones who are good looking, a lot of times they actually have a bigger ego. And just like we're talking about in this subject, they're more calcified in their beliefs. Their beliefs are more hardened. So they actually struggle more than the clients who aren't as good looking, because they can just they can try different things. They're more open-minded. As opposed to taking themselves like, I'm James Bond, I have to be super serious cool guy.
Well, it's funny too. The girls are so good at reading it that these guys get rejected hard on the open. On the open, that these girls are so good at reading this. They're just so good at reading that energy. So you mentioned one thing, and it actually made me think about this. So it's this whole new community thing that they're doing nowadays. These guys are liars. These guys are liars. This guy says this guy's a scam. This guy says this guy's a scam. Try it out. Why are you listening to these guys? Why not trying it out? It's all these guys are keyboard jockeys, but never actually go out and try it.
A lot of them don't even have evidence that, they're just people who have a lot of popularity. The fact that you have subscribers or that you have a lot of upvotes on Reddit does not mean you're telling the truth. You got to look for different sources of evidence. Infield is one source of evidence. Testimonials is another source. Yeah. How they talk is one. Do they seem are they charismatic? Do they seem like a guy do they have the energy of someone who you think that guy probably gets laid? Or do they not? That's one source of evidence. How well do they understand the concepts? How practical is their advice? That's another source. But those are all things that need to be taken in. They can all be fake, first of all, to an extent. So you want to experiment with the different methods and see what results they get you. The biggest mistake I think people make is looking at long-term fixes where they don't have to do anything now because that's what gets most popular is the red pill kind of stuff where it's
Yeah.
like, or the like get attractive and then the girls will come. That's very dangerous because it's thinking get no results for a long time and then you'll get them for free. Anything that says no effort now in terms of something that's uncomfortable and then you'll get it much later, very dangerous because that's very appealing to your ego. So be skeptical of anything like that.
Well, it's safe.
You can experiment with that too, right? Experiment with increasing your looks, increasing your status, but don't just do that. Go 100% in that thing that might not work, and don't try cold approach. Try cold approach too. See what gets you better results in the short term, and that's going to be what's going to be worth investing in, putting more of your effort in.
If you come on a boot camp, this is a big thing. You have to be loose and like free flowing. Like, I'll put it this way: I've been told things on boot camp myself that I was like, "There's no way this is gonna work." And then like I had it, like so there was when I worked with Max, and he had this guy go out, and this guy's like, "I don't know what's going on. These girls hate me." And he goes, "All right, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go and get rejected all night. And if you have if you have one good interaction, you know, I'm gonna come and blow you out. You have no chance. So all you can do is have fun. I want you to have fun getting rejected." So this guy came back to us probably about an hour later, and his eyes were lit up. He's like, "Oh my god, I'm having so much fun. Every girl loves me, but I'm trying to get rejected. Give me some more lines. Give me some more lines." And I was like standing there, I was like, "Okay, all right." So I think about it like this. I think it's like, so everybody has this ego. So you have to understand this. Do you understand? Is there anybody on this planet that understands 110% of this world and how it works? All its little constructs. Fuck no. Like not even like a smidge. You don't understand a sliver of this thing. So why are you gonna be so egotistical? Come on a boot camp with experts. Guys have been doing this for years. We've gone coaching. We've worked with different different companies with a lot of different types of clients. We own our own companies. We do this like 5 to 6 days a week, if not 7 days a week, going out all the fucking time. Like, why not take our advice? We seem pretty intelligent, at least I think we are. I think we know what we're talking about. So why are you gonna like be so egotistical not to take our advice or at least try it out? Even if in your own ego it doesn't sound right, even if your own ego sounds weird, at least take the advice. Be loose. Be open-minded. If anything else, open-mindedness, honestly, in introspection, understand yourself is big. Next thing,
Humility. Intellectual humility. You got to be humble enough to admit that the human brain really likes certainty.
Yeah.
You have to be aware of this. We really like thinking we know. We like a simple answer because that conserves energy, and the brain really wants to conserve energy. If something is super complicated and nuanced, and there's like all these layers and all these different factors, and you have to keep that all in mind, like that's confusing, and it's like, I don't like that feeling. So what we like is, looks max is a solution. Just improve your looks, or just become famous, or just cold approach a lot, and it'll happen. Like simple is what we like emotionally, but it's not what works, and you have to be aware of that difference. Like what works is not necessarily what feels good or is comfortable, and you have to be willing to be intellectually humble enough to accept that discomfort.